Hey YouTube, this is Peter with Handle These Balls doing a quick tutorial or setup video for anybody that just recently got a snake at a show or at a pet shop. Been asked a lot of times, what do you do when you bring a new snake home? Whether it's your first snake or your fifth snake, it doesn't really matter. You should follow the same quarantine procedures, but we're going to go through a little bit of the initial bring home setup for you.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down.
So behind me, I have all kinds of stuff that you'll need. Anywhere from a water bottle for cleaning and spraying, misting down your enclosure. I've got a tank. I personally recommend using a tub, and we'll show you how to set that up as well. Different types of water bowls. You're going to have water. Anywhere from a $3 or $4 bowl from Walmart to a more expensive ceramic bowl from a reptile store to a simple 3D printed piece with a 8-ounce deli cup. You're going to need a hide or two for your snake, depending on the size of the enclosure. You're going to need a thermostat. I like these ones. These are Wi-Fi compatible, and I'll throw a link down in the description. It's made by Inkbird. This particular one can handle 2 different enclosures or heat pads. And you are going to need heat pads, and they come in different sizes, from very small to medium and then even larger. And you can get these at any reptile store. You can get them at Walmart. They don't have to be Zoomed. That just happens to be what I have with me today. As far as setting up your first time home snake, I recommend a Sterilite plastic tub because they're cheap. If you accidentally ruin it, it's only going to cost you a couple dollars. I put some holes in the side for ventilation. This particular one, I have some mesh at the top. We were using it for other purposes, but it'll still work. And then for your substrate in your tub, I just use paper towels, especially for the first couple of weeks. If you're going to a show or a pet shop, you want to make sure that the snake doesn't have any mites or anything like that, and you'll be able to see that on your paper towels. Speaking of mites, there's always a chance, doesn't matter where you go, things happen. It doesn't mean they're bad people, it doesn't mean they're a bad shop, but mites are a thing of the reptile industry. And there's snake mites, there's mites for lizards, there's mites for just about any type of animal out there, but mites are bad, and you just want to prevent that from happening. So my recommendation, and I won't do this in here because this is my snake room, outside, get you some RID. This is just bed bug spray. And you can get this at the dollar store, Walmart, whatever. Prep your container, spray it down, the paper towels or whatever substrate you decide to go with, the container as well. Let it dry 35, 45 minutes. You don't want any of this to come in contact with your animal. That will kill everything for the next couple of weeks. Anytime you need to change out the paper towel, you can spray it again, or you can get this reptile spray. I get this from Amazon. This particular bottle actually came from PetSmart, but I do keep plenty of it because I pre-treat all my animals before they go to a show and then after they come back. That way I don't bring anything with me and I don't take anything. God forbid I actually get something in my collection, I don't take it with me to the show. But you're going to want to pre-treat everything ahead of time. The reptile spray can actually go directly on the snake. You don't want to have any water in the enclosure once the snake is treated for about 3 hours or so. So prep the snake, spray it down, make sure you rub everything except its eyes and its mouth, so anything behind the head, wipe it down with the reptile spray, stick it in the tub, and let it sit for a few hours, let it dry out, and then you can add water in. But before you can do all of that, you still need to heat your tub. Your snake needs the proper heat to digest food. So you're going to take your heat pad, or heat tape you can also get, and they are sticky on the back. So the problem I find though is that they don't stay stuck. If it's not a perfectly flat surface that it's sticking to, it will fall off. I tend to use packing tape to put around the edges to hold it in place. You're going to want to take your thermostat, take your probe, and in these particular cases, you're not going to use this little suction cup. Let me just throw that away. You're going to stick the probe in between the heat pad and your tub. Just stick it on there with the same packing tape. This is metal insulation tape. Works really well as well. You're going to attach your heat pad to the bottom of your tub, just like so. When you look at it from the inside, you're going to see your probe in between, and that's going to give you your best bet to keep the snake at the proper temperatures. Put in your substrate, take your hide. Like I said, there's varying different sizes of hides. You can get injection molded hides. I 3D print some of my hides. Get what's best for your snake. You don't want to get a huge hide for a small snake. These are probably too big for most ball pythons, or too small for most ball pythons. This is probably about what I would get for a hatchling. Stick in your hide. Get you some clean water in your water bowl. And you can add decorations like leaves, flowers, anything like that. But you don't want anything too big for a hatchling. Now, you don't want to put an adult in something this small. You'd want to get a 32 quart or a 41 quart. And you're going to do the exact same thing. Heat pad on one side. Hide, water bowl, some sort of substrate, treat your snakes. You're going to want to quarantine your brand new snake from anywhere from 30 to 60 days, but keep an eye out for little black specks in the water on the paper towel. That's the reason why we do the paper towels in quarantine, so that we can actually see them. If you don't see anything in 30 to 60 days, then you shouldn't have to worry about any mites, but keep an eye out for respiratory infections. You'll see bubbling at the mouth. It happens very rarely, but it does happen that you pick up a snake that has a respiratory infection. If that's the case, get it to a vet, get it treated, and keep it away from your other snakes. The other thing you're going to want to do for your quarantine snakes is use an entirely separate set of everything when you're feeding them. You can use gloves to make sure that you're not cross-contaminating your other snakes, tongs, tweezers, but make sure you have one specifically for your new snake, at least until they're out of quarantine, or sanitize, sterilize your things in between. The other thing you're going to want is a temp gun. I did not bring one in here with me. Mine is in my quarantine room right now. But that's just to verify your temperature is set correctly. And you want that temperature sitting right around 88 to 92 degrees. With this Inkbird, there is an app with it that you can utilize to monitor. You can set high-low alarms. You can monitor when you're not at home as well. And you can actually set the temperature range right in the app, or you can do it manually right on the buttons. One thing I would recommend with these is they are a short cord. So if you're not close to an outlet, get an extension cord or a power strip. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at Handle These Balls. Once again, my name is Peter. It would be great if you liked, shared, and subscribed to this video. Share it with your friends. Come back, check for more updates. We've got lots of things happening here. We've got new hatchlings. We've got a lot of eggs in the incubator and a lot of females that are about ready to lay some eggs for us. Check back with us later. Have a great day.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah.